Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Orion Protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money in crypto. Now, jumping into the daily chart, we are on TradingView. So, obviously, Orion is boring right now. It's a bit choppy, sideways, but remember that you have to be entering projects when it's boring, when no one is talking about them. We do have the atomic swaps coming to Orion Protocol. We do have the Orion token burns that the developers are going to be talking about this week in their next update on their blog. So yeah, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check it out before watching this one. It's going to be in the top right hand corner of the video. I encourage you to check out the updates one by one so that you're up to date with all the patterns and all the targets that we're looking at. So right now, we do potentially expect a EMA squeeze over here on the daily chart. You can see that the 20 EMA is just right above the 55 EMA. And what an EMA squeeze is when the 20 EMA gets propelled off of the 55 EMA, and obviously the price spikes up with that. The EMA goes up, slings the price over its shoulder, and that's when we see the appreciation. And we can expect that on Orion Protocol once we have the bullish news out, once we have the tokens start, when the tokens obviously start to get removed from circulation. That will obviously help the price a bit, and the atomic swaps, the Ethereum bridge that we're going to have that will allow you to trade on Ethereum with zero fees. That is going to be a solution to a very, very big problem that, a lot of people have right now in the space. So I think Orion will, most likely head towards its previous all-time high by the end of this year. So if not, above, but, all-time high, at least I would expect it to come back to the all-time high. But I'm not a financial advisor, obviously, but this is just what I think. I personally hold a bag of Orion Protocol, and I'm bullish on the project. So obviously, if we see any dips to $7.41 all the way to $6.50, you have your buy order over here. Your buy zone, the last time we got here was at the end of October. And what did we do from there? We appreciated 30%. So yeah, have this buy zone up, okay? And as you can see on the daily chart, we have started an uptrend. So basically, we do have a low. Apologize about that. We do have a low, we do have a higher low, and we do have a high over here. Obviously, as you can see, higher highs, higher lows. Great, that's an uptrend. The next resistance that I expect us to hit is either going to be $9.87 or it's going to be $10.40. So the $10.40 is this 0.5 on the Fibonacci retracement that we have, which is a very strong level because, as you can see, every time we got there, we got wicked right back down. And this $9.87 is a strong resistance level as well because, as you can see, we had multiple rejections from that zone previously. So yeah, that's what we're looking at the daily chart. Obviously, the golden ratio is your most important level to break through $13.29. So if we started pumping, I would expect us to hit that level and bounce right back down. Now, jumping into the daily RSI, as you can see, we broke through this green resistance line that we had ever since August, and we came back down and we found this level of support over here, as you can see on the 50 index on the RSI, and we've been holding it nicely. Perhaps what we're doing right now is we're coming back for another touch, so that is going to be possible as well. Maybe if we bounce off 50 on the RSI, that would be a nice entry point. If we start losing that, I would expect us to come back to this lower support trend line. And, I'm not saying we're going to do that, but, if we do, potentially look at this lower support trend line as a potential entry point for Orion Protocol. Obviously, you're looking to start taking profits once you're over here in the overbought on the daily and on the weekly charts. And you have to count in Bitcoin's movements as well because, if your altcoin is doing nothing and Bitcoin, it seems like is about to correct, then you're much safer to take profits on your altcoin rather than waiting that, price target that you have in mind. So it all comes down to Bitcoin. Now, switching over to a different chart over here, we did have an descending triangle over here, and we did have this horizontal resistance as well that we broke through, and now we've back tested it as support, and we're being held up by the 0.236 on the Fib retracement. So we're still doing good. I wouldn't say that we are not looking at our target over here. We're still looking at our target from this descending triangle. I'm going to give you that just in a second. So yeah, broke above resistance, back test as support, pretty healthy right now. The EMAs are together. We're anticipating a move towards the upside any second now, guys. So, when Orion starts moving, it moves, pretty intensely, because as you can see, look at this uptrend over here. I don't know if we're going to get the same uptrend in December, but this is potentially something that we're looking at. The market cap isn't that huge, so it's not going to be that hard to start moving the price up. Now, jumping into Binance on the daily chart, you can see that the stochastic RSI has almost bottomed out, and we're moving towards the oversold over here. So potentially you might just want to wait for the stochastic to come back down here before you start buying in. That may be one of your indicators to look at. Obviously, the RSI sitting in the middle at the 50 mark, and we're potentially getting a bearish cross over here on the MACD. So this is going to confirm the downtrend. And usually when we get bearish crosses, you see, price depreciation, and hopefully we are not going to experience that. So we're just going to get the bearish cross, and we're going to wait for the price to move up with all the bullish news that we are waiting for the Orion protocol. But $10.60 is what you're looking at out of this descending triangle. Obviously, we can end up breaking back down into the pattern and coming back down and coming to levels of support, but I don't think that's going to happen. So target this golden ratio, target this support line. We do have a bit of a different Fibonacci setup over here. So this is from the swing low over here all the way in July to the swing high in September. You get your 618 at $8.03, and the 1.618 sits at $29 over here. So we'll see if we can get there, but yeah, like I said, I do envision us getting up there, because what is going to happen by the end of the year, and when the super alt season starts or whatever, you're gonna see this, something like this with all the price charts, right? So now it's moving sideways, but then it's gonna start coming up, and it's going to turn into a parabola. It's not gonna turn like that, obviously, but it's gonna be something like this, and you want to start taking profits along the way up, because you're never gonna know when the top is, and you don't want to ride the wave down, right? Like a lot of people did in May, and I was one of those people, and like a lot of people did back in 2017. So, this time I do have my targets, and I do know what indicators I'm looking at. I shared that video with you guys. 6 indicators that you want to be paying attention to in regards to the bull market top. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If I missed out anything on the charts, please do let me know down below in the comments. Obviously, it's just important to hold this swing low and not lose it. If we lose it, that's your potential bear market. But right now, we're holding the golden ratio on this fib. We're doing pretty good, in my opinion, and we're looking good for continuation. And, the bullish news will help that as well. Make sure to check out the Telegram chat, the Discord server. Great TA going on in the Discord server. Make sure to check me out on Patreon, different tiers with different benefits, guys. Think of it as buying a cup of coffee, but instead of the coffee, you get yourself some useful information that will potentially make you a lot of money. And yeah, and make sure to check me out on Twitter. Don't know if I said that already, but yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.